Okay, we are back trying to can part 2, preparing for our homestead. So last time it didn't work because I was using an old mason jar. So I got some new mason jars and we're gonna try this again. So I'm actually gonna do a few different things. So we're gonna do banana peppers again. I already have these cut up. So I'm gonna start adding these to my jar. I also have some cucumber straight from the garden, straight from outside that I grew. And we're gonna make some pickles. And then I have some jalapeno. We're gonna make some jalapenos as well. So we're gonna add all of this to our mason jars. Again, we're gonna stuff them. We're gonna add the garlic, the onion, all the things. And we're gonna try to can these again so we can preserve them. So I'm doing the same recipe. You can look at my other video for what I did, but for the pickles, I'm gonna do garlic, onion, and dill. Dill is really, really important for the pickles because it's what gives it that pickle flavor. So we're adding our pickles. I'm actually gonna add some Celtic salt to my pickles. And we'll add it to the jalapenos and the banana peppers, because why not? Okay, why not? Maple syrup to offset the acidity of the vinegar. And now we're adding our brine. We're gonna tap to get the air bubbles out. And we're going to make sure our maple syrup is mixed around. So we're going to wipe down our lids with vinegar. And once again, this is to be sure that there is no residue. There's nothing on the lids, so nothing on the rims, so that the lids can properly seal. Because if they don't properly seal, then this is not shelf stable and it can spoil. So the whole purpose of canning is to seal these jars to where they can be shelf stable for about 2 years. And that is the whole purpose of preserving food. So we're wiping these down with vinegar, making sure there is nothing on the rims. And then we're gonna add our lids. So these are new mason jars. Because last time I used an old one and that doesn't work. So once again, you want to do finger tight, not super duper tight because it can explode while in the water bath. So then I'm adding all of my lids. Okay, so we have all of our jars. Everything is pickled. We have banana peppers. We have jalapeno peppers. And we have our cucumber, which will be our pickles. So we're gonna move on to the next step that I couldn't do last time, but this time we're gonna get it right. So I have my water bath over here boiling, large pot of water. Water is boiling, and we're gonna place these jars into the water, making sure the water covers it by 1 or 2 inches. So technically you would need a jar holder for this, but I don't have one. So we're gonna use what we have. Okay, good news. Good news, I'm not seeing as many bubbles as I did last time. There's a few, but it said it was a little bit normal for a few to come out. So technically, you can do this with a official canner, like a pressure canner, or you can do the water bath like I did, which is just a big pot of water. So We're gonna pop a lid on here and we're gonna let this come to a rolling boil for 20 minutes. And we will be back. And I'll show you guys what it looks like in the jar, in the pot. Okay, so the jars have been in the water bath for 20 minutes with the lid, timed it, took the lid off, and then let them sit in there for 5 minutes. So now we're going to remove the jars. Disclaimer, be very, 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 very careful. Obviously, this is boiling hot. You can be burned, all sort of things. And you want to typically use jar grabbers, but I'm gonna have to use tongs. Okay, I'm so excited because I think that everything worked. The jars seem to be properly sealed because I looked at the lids. Like I said, it's not, if I press it in, it doesn't pop back up. So that means that it is vacuum sealed tight. I'm so excited, y'all. So I'm learning to can to prepare for our homestead because canning is another form of sovereignty. So way back when, our great grandmothers, when they were growing food during the summertime, during growing seasons, in order to preserve the food over the wintertime to continue feeding their families, they canned. They canned it because this is shelf stable. So you can put this, I'm gonna keep this on the shelf. These things can stay on the shelf for up to 2 years. And you can not only can like things you're pickling, but you can can like anything, any vegetables, any fruits, soups, any type of meals you can because it is going to be shelf stable. So this is how we are taking our power back. This is how we are becoming sovereign again. The goal is to not depend on grocery stores and to begin preserving food, saving food, stocking food for this craziness that is to come. So stay tuned. This is my first canning things. I'm gonna leave these out, let them cool down, and then we're gonna store them on the shelf. And I'll be back to can some more things.